So on this episode, we will be going over the Israeli-Lebanese ceasefire, which is not real, did get extended, but is not real. Because Israel has been fighting, Israel has been shelling, Israel has been doing military operations in the area throughout the entire ceasefire. So what's the point? We're going to go through every violation of the ceasefire from April 16th to April 22nd. We're also going to go over the insane, technocratic, oligarchic Palantir and their manifesto. So stay tuned for that one at the end. So April 16th, the ceasefire begins. A U.S. brokered 10-day ceasefire takes place at 5 p.m. EST between the Israel Offense Forces and Hezbollah. That's from Reuters. Then we got April 16th to 17th, first reported post-ceasefire violation. Lebanese military reports Israeli shelling in southern Lebanon after the ceasefire began. That's from Al Jazeera. April 17th, conditions on the ground, civilians begin returning, but areas remain unsafe and devastated, with fears the ceasefire could collapse. That's from Reuters. Ceasefire terms allow Israeli forces to remain inside southern Lebanon. That's not much of a ceasefire, now is it? April 17th to 19th, continued Israeli military activity, ongoing demolitions and military presence. April 20th, Reuters reports that there is ongoing operations during the ceasefire. Israeli forces remain active in southern Lebanon and continue operations while talks proceed. Doesn't sound like a ceasefire to me. It really does. In what world is this a ceasefire? If they just continue military operations, business as usual, killing kids as usual, targeting playgrounds and schools as usual, hospitals as usual, what makes this a ceasefire beyond Donald Trump saying that there was a ceasefire? Anything? You got anything for me? Viewer, put it in the comments. This is not a ceasefire, right? Am I crazy? Hey man, I'm a little crazy. And this is from Wikipedia. On April 21st, Israeli forces said that Hezbollah violated the ceasefire by launching rockets at an Israeli position in Rab Talathin. Rab Talathin. Holy shit, I'm so American, y'all. Holy fuck. And a drone into northern Israel. Yes, in that instance, Hezbollah has violated the ceasefire, but it's a response to continued violations by the Israelis. I mean, how can you continue military operations, business as usual, bombing hospitals as usual, bombing schools as usual, killing kids as usual, shelling? How can you continue that and expect Hezbollah not to respond? On April 22nd, 2 people were killed in an Israeli strike on a car in southern Lebanon. One Lebanese female journalist was killed and another journalist was critically injured in a second Israeli strike that hit a house in the same area. They love double taps, triple taps. They take that shit to heart. They do that shit. On April 23rd, 2 people, including a child, were injured due to Israeli artillery on Yatar. U.S. brokered ceasefire. Israeli offense force keeps on shelling. Hezbollah responds. Israeli forces keep on shelling and keep on bombing and keep on sending bombs and keep on sending missiles and drones. Hezbollah responds again. How is this a ceasefire? And Donald Trump gets to go, this is the 18th million war that I've ended. Actually, I've ended every single war. Actually, I'm the one who killed Hitler. This is all his ego. This is not a ceasefire. Ceasefire would actually necessitate ceasing of fire. And this is from Reuters from April 22nd to the 24th. They keep on fighting. Israeli airstrikes, Hezbollah counteractions, including drones and rockets, and the UN raises concerns that actions by both sides may violate international law. Sure, but if Israel wanted a ceasefire, they should have stopped military operations, stop shelling, stop drones, stop airstrikes. That's how you do a ceasefire. You have to cease the fucking fire. Okay, and here we are, making our way to the last point of the day. Getting hot in this motherfucker, not gonna lie, but we gotta get through this. We gotta knock this out. This is the Palantir Manifesto. They posted from their Palantir Tech account on Twitter, because we get asked a lot, the Technological Republic. In brief, this is point 1. Silicon Valley owes a moral debt to the country that made its rise possible. The engineering elite of Silicon Valley have an affirmative obligation to participate in the defense of the nation. Essentially, We've done so much to extract your data and trade that and sell that and make money off of that. Now we believe that we should be a part of the defense manufacturers, the military industrial complex. We should get in there because we have an obligation to protect America, to protect the country that gave rise to Silicon Valley. Basically, we want to extract more wealth from the United States and from the taxpayers by going into defense, which they've already been embedded in for a while now. We must rebel against the tyranny of the apps. Is the iPhone our greatest creative, if not crowning achievement as a civilization? The object has changed our lives. Calling an iPhone an object, hello fellow humans, has changed our lives, but it now may also be limiting and constraining our sense of the possible. Basically, the apps have given us so much power over society, how to shape human thought and human viewpoints, and it's allowed us to not only capture your data and sell that, but to capture your attention and sell that. But we need to go further. I want to be in your brain is basically what Palantir is saying here. We need to go further than an iPhone. Get a chip in your brain so that I can fucking parrot you around, fucking puppeteer you around. Free email is not enough. The decadence of culture or civilization, and indeed its ruling class, will only be forgiven if that culture is capable of delivering economic growth and security for the public. To some extent, I agree. Free email is not enough. Free healthcare, free universal childcare, free colleges and universities, that's a great place to start. That's not what they mean. We're going to sell you a lot more software that we can extract even more data out of. Think period apps. Think apps that are engineered to alter your habits. They're going to be able to get so much more information of your daily life and be able to sell that to these companies just the same way that they sell everything else. I'm literally fucking burning up in here and I cannot turn the fan on when I'm recording, so we're going no jacket, folks. Going no jacket. Okay. The limits of soft power, of soaring rhetoric alone have been exposed. The ability of free and democratic societies, yeah, like you want that, to prevail requires something more than moral appeal. It requires hard power, and hard power in this century will be built on software. This entire manifesto is just them being like, yeah, but we could do this and you could pay us for this. Yeah, but we could also do this and you could also pay us for this. This entire manifesto is just engineered to make them more money. Because that's their entire worldview, is get as much money as possible. That's all that matters. Number 5, the question is not whether AI weapons will be built, it's who will build them and for what purpose. Our adversaries will not pause to indulge in theatrical debates about the merits of developing technologies with critical military and national security applications. They will proceed. Basically, hey, stop the debates in the Senate, put Bernie Sanders in a cage. We need to just have unfettered advancement in this AI, no matter how much we know and you know that this is going to hurt workers, that this is going to hurt the environment, that this is going to be a net negative on society. Now, this one is one of the most troubling, if not the most troubling one. National service should be a universal duty. We should, as a society, consider moving away from an all-volunteer force and only fight the next war if everyone shares in that risk and the cost. Make no mistake, these guys in Silicon Valley, they're not going to be going. They're rich. They can pay their way out of it. They can, there's going to be some wiggle room still. These millionaires and billionaires and elites are still going to be able to weasel out of service. So basically, this is, instead of having a volunteer force where you know what you're signing up for, we should make everybody be a part of this so that everybody has to go and fight for the axis of Epstein, fight for the Epstein class. Not us, obviously. We'll be able to pay our way out of it and stay here at home, and because we have to code the software that bombs girls' schools, right? And you'll see that the rest of their manifesto is basically, let's arm everybody. Let's we could sell to you, we could sell to them. This entire manifesto is about setting up a future where we are basically permanently at war, because that's how they want to make money. That's the next thing that they want to fully invest in, to extract as much wealth as possible through the death of humans. We can make the weapons, don't worry. So basically, we need soldiers to fight these forever wars. Sorry, it's not volunteer anymore. Get your ass over there. Number 7, if a U.S. Marine asks for a better rifle, we should build it. And the same goes for software. What about healthcare? What about universal childcare? What about the things that are net positive for society? Nope. I'm just talking about rifles. I'm just talking about guns. Number 8, public servants need not be our priests. Any business that compensated its employees the way that the federal government compensates public servants would struggle to survive. I'm not sure what they're saying here. Should wages be higher? Should wages be lower? Or should we all just go to work for tokens at the company store? A lot of this, I can't even fully decipher. It's straight up Silicon Valley Coke speak. We should show far more grace to those who have subjugated themselves to public life. That's number 9. And you'll see a trend developing here that's basically like, just be nice to, the people that exploit you and don't give you anything except for free access to Facebook, you should just be nice to us. Be nice to Pete Hegseth. I love him. I'm actively trying to court him with this manifesto. Be nice to your politicians. Don't be so mean. Spoken like a true fucking dweeb who does not even understand humanity. I'm just tired of... I thought that once I got rich, I wouldn't get bullied anymore. Cut to Alex Karp with the fucking scimitar. Acting like a fucking weirdo.
X gon' give it to you. Wait for you to get it on your own. X gon' deliver to you.
What should I do? Should I not do anything?
Wow.
That would have been it. That would have been done.
That's great.
Number 10. The psychologization of modern politics is leading us astray. Those who look to the political arena to nourish their soul and sense of self, who rely too heavily on their internal life, finding expression in people who they may never meet, will be left disappointed. Basically, don't look to your politicians to be moral. Don't look to your politicians to be good people who want to help Americans. No more of that. We don't need to expect that anymore. We need Trumps and Trump 2.0s all day, every day, who are war-hungry, horny little freaks who will give us money. Our society has grown too eager to hasten and is often gleeful at the demise of its enemies. Basically, another be nice to us. Another stop quote tweeting me. Stop making fun of us on Twitter. The atomic age is ending. One age of deterrence, the atomic age is ending, and a new era of deterrence built on AI is set to begin. Basically, give us your money. Number 13, no other country in the history of the world has advanced progressive values more than this one. Basically just pinkwashing, using LGBT issues and progressive issues and race issues and the issues of marginalized groups to be like, we're actually pretty good. We don't throw gays off the roof over here. American power has made possible an extraordinarily long peace. Too many people have forgotten or perhaps take advantage that nearly a century of some version of peace has prevailed in the world without great power and military conflict. At least 3 generations, billions of people and their grandchildren and now grandchildren have never known a world war. Not to mention all the secret wars and the combat initiatives and excursions. It's just a little excursion that the United States has engaged in this entire time. The post-war neutering of Germany and Japan must be undone. Gimme, gimme, gimme your motherfucking money. Now we can expand our defense sector even more and make stuff for Japan and Germany and everybody else. Give me your money. We should applaud those who attempt to build where the market has failed to act. Basically, we need to privatize this shit. Money, money. Silicon Valley, this is number 17, must play a role in addressing violent crime. Flock cameras on every corner, more than already. I'm auditioning for NSPM 7 task force. We'll take care of all the thought crimes. We'll have a whole crime division. Where's Tom Cruise? Minority Report. Let's do it. The ruthless exposure of the private lives of public figures drive far too much talent away from government service. Basically, don't be mean to the fascist. Alex Karp is like, I could be president if only people were being nice to me. The caution in public life that we unwillingly encourage is corrosive. Be nice to me. This whole manifesto is be nice to me, give me money, we're going to be fighting wars, we need to be involved in defense, we need to be involved in law enforcement, give me money. The pervasive intolerance of religious belief in certain circles must be resisted. The elite's intolerance of religious beliefs is perhaps one of the most telling signs that its political project constitutes a less open intellectual movement than many within it would claim. Don't know. Silicon Valley Coke speak. These last two, some cultures have produced vital advances, others remain dysfunctional and regressive. We must resist the shallow temptation of vacant and hollow pluralism. We don't like multiculturalism. We don't like it. We have been recording for 2 doggone hours. That's it. That's the show today. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the show today, please consider supporting through the links in our bio. You can go over to the Patreon, support for as little as $1, and get the whole show, not chopped up into little pieces and put on YouTube like this. You'll be able to watch the whole show, uncensored, no ads. Whether you support us through Patreon or Ko-Fi or PayPal or whatever it is, every single bit goes to support 100% people-powered, people-centered, free speech, ultra-good, independent media. Nobody's telling me what to do. We don't do ads here. So, some motherfucking news from my brain to you. So, thank you so much. Send this to your MAGA dad, your liberal mom, and your Marxist-Leninist friends. They're going to love this shit. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I really, really, truly appreciate you. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Maybe leave a comment. It really helps push us in the algorithm so that more people can find the show. We are on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts. Follow us everywhere. We're everywhere. Ultra Good Productions. Anyways, that's it. See ya.